Alright boys, welcome to day 2, so we're gonna get ready. Let's see what else we can find. Hopefully we might, there's a gym out there which I might want to test out, and also we might have to head to a different restaurant this time for breakfast. But overall, let's have a lot of fun this time. So unfortunately this is the only month where it kind of rains. Well, technically most of these days of summer like June and July usually are in the summer, and it's usually all bright with the sun. But apparently in November, because it's getting close to winter, then technically it's the rain is starting by this round. So we'll just have to stay inside for the whole vacation. All right, so breakfast, it was okay. It was a traditional American breakfast, but overall, we managed to get out of that. Let's see what other activities we could do as well in the meantime. So, of course, there's a gym. Well, it's called fitness actually, but it's a gym, moreover, and so we'll be checking it out to see if we could do some workouts, of course. Aesthetically, this looks a really cool space. You know, there's like some spas around this area, but apparently here it is. Whoa. Looks pretty cool though. They serve it with water, towels and all. Hi. This is huge. Alright, so I got a towel. I feel like we should start our workout session right here. So, in the meantime, how about you guys go for a snack break? So grab some water, hydrate yourself, and we'll be right back. Alright, so we just finished our workout session. It was pretty hard, in fact. They're doing a lot of cardio and some, a lot of weights. But this right here is the spa, so we're gonna take a quick look. Natural Visit Barcelona perfume, I don't know. So pretty much in all of these sides, there's a lot of areas. And it says here it's for residents Palace Elite and Palace Elite Diamond. It reminds me of some categories of airplane classes, which I had no idea what did those mean. And what are these, bath bombs? Well, yep, they're definitely bath bombs. So apparently this spot is for adults, majority people from 18 and beyond. But overall, even though tomorrow could be the perfect chance to discover this spa, at some opinion. What is this? Okay, some sort of secret door. Apparently, this is some secret door. I don't know where does it lead to. Bruh. Like a bar of some kind. Okay, so this is kind of a bar. So far there isn't any people around, considering it's a little bit too early. And here's like the little kind of book here called the library, the speakeasy bar. Well, this looks pretty interesting. For now, though, let's just continue exploring most of this. There's like a restaurant of Mexican cuisine. I guess that's valuable. Oh, and here's the bowling alley, as you can tell. Yeah, since the last episode, I've been telling you guys that this bowling alley, you have to pay in order to enter this area. Otherwise, you need money for that. Even though it looks tempting to enter in this specific bowling alley. There's like an area here. There's an auditorium on this side. Well, here it is, the 9th Pin Bowling Alley, from 10 to 11 p.m. Well, this is what it looks like from the inside. Apparently it has a cool bowling pin decoration. And there's like a ball pool table, which is impressive, to be honest. Hi. So this is what it looks like. Currently it has like 6 bowling alleys, but so far, let's see what they look like. Right, so here are the rules and regulations for this, and it says here that the guests under 17 should be accompanied by an adult, and bumpers are protections but we only used for people from 4 to 10, and only a minimum of 6 players are allowed to use per lane. Reservations have a 15-minute tolerance in case of delay, but yeah, any damage to the equipment caused by its misuse will be charged. Well, these are the specific rules though, in case any incident happens. Honestly, this is a really good place to, unwind a bit and just enjoy with your friends and family. But not gonna lie, this is a pretty good place. Alright, so I made a little conversation with the staff, and so during tomorrow we can enjoy this bowling alley from 3 to 4 in the afternoon, basically. But honestly, one thing I have to say is that this whole resort has it's capable of specializing any event that you could ever organize in any specific moment. So, and if you guys didn't know, these skulls represent the Day of the Dead, which is a tradition in Mexico. So let's see. So yeah, to give you guys a little bit of an information. Now, of course, this is the Mexican restaurant, La Cantina. So the Day of the Dead is one of the traditions, like in October, that most of the Mexicans usually enjoy most of the time. So I feel like right now is the time to go and experience that. Alright, so here back in the room, we're gonna change our clothes because our lunch is gonna be in a different resort, in the Nizuc resort. So make sure to keep your eyes open wide for that. So yeah. Be right back. Well, that was a pretty productive morning, to be precise. We're back in the room, we showered, did everything else. So I think after this, we're gonna head to the one of the resorts, the Nisuk Resort, I think it's called. But overall, this is where different restaurants come in the Nisuk Resort. Apart from the Grand, which, like I said in the previous episode, it's the most luxurious out of the rest. So we'll just have to see what awaits us. All right, let's go. Let's head to the Nisuk Resort, where there's gonna be a rodízio, which is a Brazilian steakhouse. So we'll just hope for the best.